A major investigation has now uncovered leaked documents revealing an alleged Russian-backed operation coordinating disinformation campaigns across Africa and Latin America. Reporters say the group paid journalists, manipulated social media, and even drafted coup scenarios to tilt public opinion in Moscow's favor. The files span more than 1,000 pages and outline budgets, strategies, and targets, painting a rare picture of how modern influence warfare may work behind the scenes. It also raises urgent questions about how far these operations really reach. Let's find out those answers with the author of this publication, Forbidden Stories, Lea Peruchon. Thank you so much for joining us, Lea. It's a massive operation that you have just uncovered here, and it's been a collaboration with several publications as well, from France, from Africa. I'm thinking of the continent. Just how deep does this propaganda campaign go?
Thanks a lot for having me. Yeah, all the credit to the Continent team. The editor of the Continent, so a Pan-African media outlet, received the leak last October, and she decided to share the leak with different media partners. So there is Russian media partners, iStories and Dossier Center. There is French media partners as us, Forbidden Stories, and also All Eyes on Wagner. So we decided to dig all together on those 1,040 and 400 pages. All of those pages are in Russian, and the main goal was to see what's in there, because there is a lot of different documents, and what we can say, because, I mean, there is plenty of stories in this leak, basically.
Now, at the heart of this leak is the actual propaganda network, the organization, which seems to be working with Russian intelligence, very much as like the brain, whereas Wagner is the brawn. We're talking about what is known as the company. If you can just enlighten our viewers about what the company actually does.
Yeah, exactly. Just to give you a bit of a context. So at Forbidden Stories, we published an investigation a year ago about Russian influence operation in Central African Republic, as we always start with the case of a journalist who've been threatened or killed. And in that case, there was a journalist, Ephraim Yalike, who decided to tell the world what's happening in Central African Republic. And so now we see that these disinformation campaigns are not only in Central African Republic. They are in 22 or more countries in Africa. They are in Latin America, and they are done by the company. The company is a network of Russian individuals, Russian specialists of influence operation, and they were close to Yevgeny Prigozhin back then, and now we are able to say that they are working under the supervision of the Foreign Intelligence Services in Russia.
That's the SVA, the Foreign Intelligence Services. So Prigozhin is no longer here. He died in a air crash. But we still have the propaganda campaign. And what your investigation has revealed is that journalists themselves and publication houses are being paid in cash, which is often untraceable money, and that is to basically spread this propaganda. Just speak to me on that point, because it is so complex and it has infiltrated so many aspects of society.
So they have different kind of branch. They have the political science one, and they have the mediatic one. And if we talk about mediatic one, we have a monthly report of medias or journalists who've been paid by the Russian agents on the ground. So we have in Benin, we have in Bolivia, Argentina, Chad, etc. And for each journalist or media, you have the price, like $600 per link, and you have the link of the article. So basically, we have all these financial reports that can help us to say that this is like for a month. To give you an idea, for August 2020, so you have this sheet, which is from August 2024, and they spent 340,000 euros in mediatic activities. So, I mean, this is their report. We don't know the reality. This is super important. Like, we have to nuance it to balance it, because this is what they say. Mm-hmm. Now our work will be to go deeper. This is what we're going to do in the next following days and weeks, to go deeper to see if the media has really received all this money.
Can you follow the trail? I mean, basically, can we go and find out on a list which media publication houses have indeed pushed that propaganda, which journalists individually have been paid? And I mean, this also puts people at individual risk personally in terms of security.
We can trace everything as we do have the links. So we started collecting all the names and all the medias that have published or allegedly published Russian propaganda or Russian disinformation. So yeah, I mean, this is something that we are doing and that we want to challenge and to show, like, just to see the overall activities, I mean.
Now, the company itself, I'm just curious how close it is to the Kremlin, how close it is getting its directives. From what I can tell, there are three major players, three men in particular, who are heading up this propaganda campaign.
Yeah, basically, we managed to identify not three, but already like 60 people of this network. We published three today, three names. Two of them were already known close to Prigozhin, but we have their biography now, and we know that they are not only used to be close to Prigozhin, they are also, so you have Mashkevich, you have Kliukin, and you have Gorny, who are the three main guys at the head, still today at the head of this company, which could be also named as Africa Politology. And so those guys, Kliukin, for example, he is at the head of a team of 34 analysts, and he is monitoring 15 medias back in 2024. 24 countries, back in 2024.
So how does it work? Do they just send out a directive to these media houses saying you will give out false information on this and this person and make sure that it's anti-West and make sure that it focuses on the likes of the United States and French interests in, let's take example of Africa?
Yeah, basically they have their own information campaigns. So we have also all the every campaigns that are written in those documents. So they are saying we will send its narrative to 2 or 3 countries, or especially in Ukraine. Regarding Ukraine, they send a lot of narratives to African media to spread their whole narrative on Ukraine. So basically, they start with writing the thesis, and then they send it to the media.
So that's the framework. The thesis is there, and
exactly,
and it's not just like that. It's written like that. It's not just the writing. There's also been campaigns in other ways. I think you pointed to something that happened in South Africa, in particular. It was against the opposition-led Democratic Alliance, which is pro-business, pro-West, and that's anti-ANC, which has been aligned with Russia. I think we actually have the image of a tweet of mugs which were sent by this Russian propaganda campaign, which if we can just get that image again, we will see it just now. This is so intricate and so advanced. Has anything actually been revealed about ways to stop this from taking place? Are any measures being taken?
I don't know regarding the measures, but basically, so we talked about the media campaign, and you have all the stuff around it. So basically, you have the online campaigns, and you have the offline campaigns with all the demonstrations, etc. In that case, they just publish a fake pictures of a racist mug, and they say, look, they like the head of the Democratic Alliance is ordering this for his birthday party. So it is quite simple, and then they have to say something publicly after that. So the Russian agents consider that this is a victory. How we can handle it? Basically, I think we are doing our job by saying, look, that's what they are doing on the ground, and we will continue to do it during the next few days and weeks. And maybe after that, it's going to be, openly public.
I guess the final question is, how does this point to the Russian national strategy going forward? And what risk does it pose to the West if this kind of propaganda campaign works?
basically one of the main aim that we've seen in the document is to go to Africa and to try to push back all the Western policies, companies, Western people close to countries in Africa. So I think they are trying to push their Moscow's interest in Africa, in Latin America, Moscow's company economic. And yeah, I mean, let's see in the future.